I woke up very cold and early this morning.
おはようございます。
Continuation of previous video. The bathrooms in the roadside station have hot water, so it is not hard to wash your face. Today, there are 3 places of interest. Enjoy the fear, wonder, beautiful scenery, and delicious Japanese food. I'm now going to a sacred site in the northernmost part of Japan. This is the road to the sacred site. I actually felt a certain discomfort from here. The noise came suddenly into the car audio system. Crackling sound and howling sounds remains clearly in the video. The higher up you go, the louder the noise gets. Am I being rejected by the sacred site? It's morning and you can still keep your cool. If this had been at night, I would have panicked. No unusual noises when outside. Only the car audio system is reacting. I am driving on a road with beautiful late autumn foliage, but my forehead is covered in cold sweat. There is no turning back now. I am resolved to move on. Let's go to the red bridge seen on the left. This is the bridge across the river Styx. It is located in front of the sacred site ahead. This bridge is meant to be crossed to enter the sacred place, which is Hades. I am now entering Hades. It is said that the landscape ahead is the same as that of Hades. This statue is a demon who decides where the dead who come here go, heaven or hell. The demons are said to see all the dead. This bridge is dilapidated and off-limits. In fact, if you cross it, you might actually be taken to Hades, so perhaps off-limits is just right. The strange noise that was present earlier has disappeared. What was that all about? In fact, the night before, I had planned to stay overnight at the temple accommodation at the sacred site. It may have been a good decision to cancel the stay. This sacred site is one of the 3 major sacred sites in Japan, and the temple was founded by Jikaku Daishi more than 500 years ago. Pay the entry fee of 700 yen at the reception desk at the back and enter the facility. It is said that when a person dies, they become a spirit, and that everyone's spirit gathers here at Osorezan. Here, there are mediums who summon the souls of the dead from Hades and convey the words of the dead to the living. Every year in July and October, a medium prays at this location. Events are organized at that time to invoke the souls of the dead. It costs 4,000 yen for one session. Osorezan here is one of the 3 most sacred places in Japan, along with Mount Hiei, which straddles Kyoto and Shiga, and Mount Koya in Wakayama. Many people come here to meet the souls of loved ones who have died. There are many highly acidic sulfur springs in the vicinity of the sacred site. There are 4 hot springs on the extensive grounds. If you pay an entrance fee of 700 yen at the entrance to the sanctuary, you can enter all the hot springs for free. The hot springs were originally used to cleanse oneself before visiting sacred sites. A beautiful hot spring with cloudy white water that looks emerald green. The temperature is quite hot. As it is a strongly acidic sulfur spring, bathing time should be limited to 1 to 3 minutes. Spreading out to the side from the main shrine at the back of the spa complex is the entrance to the land of Hades, known as the Sai-no Kawara. From here, the area is divided into heaven and hell. Colorful windmills were placed in place of flowers to mourn the dead children. The craggy rocks are volcanic rocks. The lava solidified during an eruption about 80,000 years ago. This is still an active volcanic area. I heard that if you pile up stones in this way, your dead children can go to heaven. The smell of sulfurous acid fumes is terrible, as sulfur is gushing out from all over the place. Pennies placed on the rocks are corroded by sulfur. Hell may be such a landscape. The hot springs containing sulfur, sulfuric acid, and arsenic that gush out flow into the lake as streams. This place is for mourning the dead children. Comfort the child's soul by piling up stones. The child piles up stones to see his parents, but the demons of hell break the pile. So when they come here, they should pile up stones to help them. This is a heavenly beach. It is called Lake Usori. Lake Usori is a caldera formed by the explosion of a powerful volcano. The gradation between the emerald green lake surface and the autumn leaves is extremely beautiful. Despite the beauty of the lake's surface, volcanic gases continue to erupt from the bottom of the lake. Hot springs containing sulfuric acid and arsenic also continue to gush forth. Due to the highly acidic lake water, no living organisms inhabit the area. The lake water is very warm, probably due to the hot springs gushing from the bottom of the lake. It is too acidic to be touched for long periods of time. There was further hell to be found around the lake. Now I shall return from Hades. This road is the same road I took earlier. There are no unusual noises that occurred when I was going. I am driving under the same conditions. The car audio system is now working properly. I am baffled as to the cause of the noise. To be honest, I am very scared. Well, let's get back on track and head to our next destination. Due to the horse grazing area, an automatic gate is provided before the destination. Entry is free. There are many horses here that are naturally grazing. I came here to see these horses. The common name for the horses is Kandachimi. Destination, Cape Tip, beautiful chalk lighthouse erected by the sea. How sad. The horse I wanted to see was not naturally grazing. They are in the stables today. I wanted to take a photo with the horses with the lighthouse in the background. Oh dear. I have no choice but to head for the stables. It was very cold with strong winds, so we'll just watch the lighthouse from the car. These horses are Kandachime. Cold-standing horses have been used heavily as farm horses, with high endurance and endurance in cold weather and on a poor diet. Now hurry on to the next destination. This is a historic and nostalgic hot spring village in the northernmost part of Japan. The northernmost point of Japan, Omazaki, has been reached. It is the northernmost point of Japan, excluding Hokkaido. It is full of tourists even on weekdays. This is indeed Japan's northernmost town. I came all the way from Tokyo. It took us 8 days to get here, although there were many transit points. This fish is tuna. Tuna fishing is very active here in Omazaki. The tuna fishermen here catch tuna using only a fishing line. The strait is the strait between Hokkaido and Japan. There is tuna in this strait that is auctioned off for 300 million yen. Fishermen catch this tuna using only a fishing line here in Omazaki. Well, I haven't eaten anything since this morning, so it's time for lunch. Here in Omazaki, tuna dishes are famous. All the restaurants are full of tourists. Where would be free? Let's look for it. My favorite sea urchin was out of season. I thought it was a cafe, but it was a restaurant where tuna bowls were served. I may have found a good restaurant. I'm impressed by the Oma tuna bowl. How reasonable is this for 2,800 yen? It's a tuna bowl worth 300 million yen per tuna. I am extravagant. I don't use horseradish, so I pour soy sauce directly over it. Each slice is cut thickly and is very heavy. It contains fillets of various parts of tuna. The fatty part is very tasty. The rice in the bowl is regular white rice, not vinegared rice. I prefer it this way. Tuna stew and miso soup are also served. The miso soup contains wakame seaweed, which is also very tasty. Everything is delicious. I have fasted to eat this today. It was worth it. I experienced the greatest happiness on this trip. You should try it too. Incidentally, the brand Minmaya tuna is twinned with Oma tuna. Tuna caught in the same straits, but Oma and Minmaya. The price is said to be completely different. This is despite the fact that they are the same tuna. This is a video of a previous visit to Minmaya. Please find the link above. The owner of a sushi restaurant said that Oma and Minmaya tuna are the same. He said that the brand Oma fetches a high price. He said that Minmaya's tuna can also be bought at a high price in Tokyo's Tsukiji, but it is still not as good as Oma's. I could not tell the difference in taste. It was just as tasty. It has come to an end. The last slice was the most delicious part. After I eat this, I'm done. Return. Japan's northernmost goal achieved. Here, a thought occurred to me. That may not be a very good thing. When I travel, I suffer from a disease that makes me not want to go home. It happens all the time. And this is where I came from. This is the terminal where the ferries to Hokkaido arrive and depart. Do you know what I was thinking? Hokkaido lies ahead. I want to cross over to Hokkaido as it is. If a boat were to sail across to Hokkaido now, I would like to go on board and go to Hokkaido. Jesus! It says that we are closed for business today. Shame. The boat crossing from here to Hokkaido costs 14D 800 yen for a car and driver. This is also reasonable. There were tuna worth 300 million yen each in such places. Next time I come here, I will definitely cross over to Hokkaido. Sunset time in the Pacific Ocean. A drive with this view at this time of day is great. Hokkaido was disappointing, but we experienced a good time. It was a very good day. How did you like this video? If you liked it, please give it a high rating and subscribe to our channel. The following video shows a Starbucks cafe in a historic castle town and the best autumn leaves in Japan. Please also watch the following video.